Hello, it is XO Ashley Pink, otherwise known as Ashley, and welcome to my first ever bullet journal planning video. This is probably going to go out late 2024, early 2025. I have a lot of time on my hands now, so I want to get back into filming regularly, and I really like bullet journal videos, so I want to do more for my bullet journal stuff. So I was watching Jashi Corinne. She's one of my favorite YouTubers, and she showed how she did some of her bullet journal planning and how she physically writes it out. Now, a lot of the stuff that she does, like the wins, things that didn't work out, things that she needs to adjust and needs to try, or things that she needs or whatever, stuff that I think about, but I never thought of writing it out. And I also kind of really want to change how I do my bullet journal system, so I thought I'd take you along with me. So I have this dot journal that was going to be a daily journal, and I just never did it, for 2024. I pulled out the first couple pages because it is from MakseLife. So the first page actually has I had all of my information in it, so I just kind of pulled that out. But otherwise, it's just like a standard dot journal. I really like it. I have this Ball Friction Clicker Pen 07. I have a bunch of these in black and in blue. I have my blue one right here, actually. This is my main bullet journal right now. I got a blue one at a PD course last year when I still worked in education, and it is amazing. You can write a bunch of stuff, and it's one of those erasable pens that actually erases really well. Like, you can't tell that someone wrote something on it. And it's like I use this for school. And there was a note that I wrote, because I'm also back at school online, and there's a note that I wrote in like September 4th, and then recently, I'm like filming this on October 26th, so last couple days ago I realized that it was misspelled, so I just erased it and rewrote it. Like, it's not one of those things where you have to, like, it's just, whatever. Now, it does have a note on here, not to use on anything legal or official because of the erasable aspect of it, but for most stuff it's fine. Then I have a couple different journals here. So the main reason I wanted to do that, I have all this stuff, and I want to physically write it out and plan it. My chair's really squeaky, sorry. Is I want to change up how I do things. So for the first time, I mentioned before that I left education. Back in February, I changed careers. I've been working part-time for my dad since I was 16, and I say part-time, but it was really on an as-needed basis for any behind-the-scenes stuff that my mom needed help with, and then also just to make money, some extra money. And then in February, there was the opportunity for that job to become full-time, and since then I've worked there, but I'm noticing that I'm using my bullet journal very differently. So when I worked in education, I would do a lot of weekly things. I did a lot more monthly and weekly planning, because day to day, a lot of my job stuff wasn't done in my bullet journal. It was done with my co-teacher. It was done with stuff at work or in a teacher planner. So now that I'm using my bullet journal every day for notes, like, I've been using a bullet journal since 2016, and I've never been able to I've never run out of space. I've always had pages left over, and I've had to have a plan on how to either leave those alone or how to fill up space. Like, even when I was using a lectern, I don't ever know how to say it, and I was putting January to December in it, I've never used up a bullet journal. And now, because I have to use, because of my job and meetings I've been having, I've been writing things, and I always just write stuff starting at the back, right? So, but this is how much space I have left for November and December, and for context, this is how much I used for July. This is how much I used for August, but like October and September are really big chunks. Like I don't think I'm going to be able to fully do November, not my monthlies and my weeklies. And also, I wanted to explore doing dailies as well. And I love the B5, but I don't know how I fit everything in that I need in the 6-month journal, and as well as like my reference pages and stuff like that, because I'm the kind of person that I just migrate a bunch of stuff to my collections in the front half of my journal. So what I decided to do was something that Joshie Corinne does, and this is something I've considered doing the last couple bullet journals, and I haven't. So she does like a collections journal, catch-all. So that has like references of like things that she might need, not just in like one journal or just for the year. I think she has swatches in that as well. Like lists, tasks, stuff like that. And then she also has a year-long thing, so things that, because she also is a person, like many people who bullet journal, who don't use one for the year, they do 2 or 3 a year. So things that she'd want for the entirety of 2024, the entirety of 2025, she puts in a separate journal. So I want to do my normal everyday journal for 2025. I want to do that. I want to have a long-term collections, because I have a lot of stuff I want to reference, like how often do I... Cleaning tasks is going to be something that's split up a little bit. I want to put my financial stuff in there, maybe my goals. So, because there's a lot of stuff that I want to have in my journal, but if I put everything in it, I won't have space. So I want to kind of have like a long-term collections or yearly collections that has stuff, and then maybe like a conferring space in my normal journal, so I don't have to have everything like written out. Also keep in mind when it comes to goals, I use the MakseLife companion notebooks, right? This is September, but so I don't need a lot of stuff. I just need a space to like plan and write out and reference. And I would love to have a reference in one of my journals just for stuff. So what I'm gonna do is, so I have my current journal, but I also know that there's some stuff that I pull and take away. So I just grabbed 2 other random journals of mine to see if there's something from like a previous journal that I wanted to pull in. So I grabbed my January to June 2023, it's all smudged, and then my 2020, which is also January to June. I have a couple different things. I have my coffee for the morning. I have it in this Disney Hollywood Studios cup that I got from the Disney shop online. It is, Hollywood Studios is my favorite park because it has my favorite ride, which is Tower of Terror. I love Tower of Terror. And then this is the water cup I currently have. It is a Magic Kingdom cup. I love Disney, in case you can't tell. I also have, I got this from Etsy. It is for my watch, but if you can, I don't know if you can see, but it has a pattern of it. Different Disney treats. Well, there's different Disney treats on that side, and then on this side it's like the castle. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or whatever. I film upside down and then flip it. So, okay. So I have that, I told you I have that black ballpoint pen. I also just kind of pulled a couple mild liners and a Sharpie highlighter. So this is a Sharpie highlighter, S-Note, in this like nice baby pink color. And then I also have 2 mild liners. This is actually a Moxie marker, because I know MakseLife a little bit ago noticed that people were using dot markers and mild liners. And they came out with their own dot markers and their own mild liners, obviously with mild liner. So this is the Fun and Recreation shade, and then this is the Personal shade, but it's just a really nice orange and yellow, I thought, that go along with that. So what I'm gonna do right now is, okay. Obviously, I hate, the thing about ripping, I'm not afraid to rip stuff out, especially in this journal, because most MakseLife journals are serrated. It's annoying because it's all rippy bits. So I'm gonna just say General BuJo. like I said, I got this idea from Joshi Corinne. And, okay, wins, add versions. Like, this is literally what she did. Needs and wants to try. So I saw her do like a quick video on like an assessment similar to this, but I think it was wants, wins, adjustments, needs, and try, or something like that. And then in her live stream to figure out what she wanted to do for 2025, it was versions instead. Again, I thought it was a really good idea. So I'm gonna go through this. As you can see, this used to be a talk through, and then everything else got too long when I added other sections because it used to just be this part. So I'm gonna just quickly go over what it is right now. So for wins, I love my flip out year at a glance because I use that all the time. Same with future log. I reference my future log. I like how I did it. Specifically how in the second half of the year for the July to December, instead of doing like the layout of the months in like month order from like January to December a second time, I started in July. So I did July to June. So I was able to see the next 6 months instead of the last 6 months. I don't know. I like how I did my future log. I like how I had a reflection/reset page set up to do monthly and frequent reflections. Word tally, so instead of tracking books, because most of my reading is fan fiction is through word tally. I saw how someone did a spreadsheet, so I'd love to do a spreadsheet online and track my fan fictions a little more just to see what I'm reading and how I'm reading it. But I don't know if I'll end up doing it because that's like a lot of work considering how much I read. I love how I have my self-care. So that's the last time I like tracker together because I found that really meshed together and I can track a little bit more self-care stuff. My pet info page that has all my information for my dogs, and there's when the last time they had appointments were. I found that's really great information. Same with the entertainment tracker thing where I just needed it. I had an extra page left over, so I wrote down space to what TV shows, what movies, and what games I finished. I liked having that section. Then for the monthly, I really liked how I did my to-dos, my line a day, and my monthly reflection. Didn't want to change that. Adjustments. I put word of the year. I don't use it. I pick a word of the year because MakseLife wants you to pick one, but I don't use it. I'm going to remove that completely. And my cleaning tasks tally specifically. So for my tallies for the daily, I find that it's kind of losing its meaning. I want to figure out how to rejig that specifically for tracking the daily cleaning tasks. Goals not written. In the week, I want to try to figure out how to write and do more goals in the weekly sections. I want, my physical book TBR, I didn't really fill out. I think if I were to fill it out, I'd read more of my physical books because I do have physical books I want to read. I don't want to do any ideal schedule. I've been trying to do that. I find I don't. So there's no point. And then I just get disappointed. It's just a waste of a page. I want a better school tracker page because I wasn't really sure what I wanted for my school tracker page. And now that I'm a semester back into the school year, I'm going to do that. I want to do more like weekly overview and like daily pages, or figure out how to like modify it so it's like a different way because I find the way it currently was, I'm not using it. And then I want my goals back in my bullet journal, like physically written out. So for needs, reflections at the start of the end of journal. I really need an index, cleaning tracker, monthly gratitude in next month, reflection and reset on its own page. I don't want a workday log. I found I didn't need that. Habits, tracking working, word tally and writing, and then maybe hygiene. I don't know. I've done hygiene trackers in the past. But I track it in my own way. And then for I want to try like for collections, cleaning tasks, and overall school page because I'm doing a different collections journal. Calendar layout I have tried out because I want to do more calendar layout. Finances, I want to do different finance tracker, 25 and 25. Content planning, current at the start and end of like the bullet journal or the month. And then maybe add a Notion and then games in Notion. And then I have it broken down into what I want to put in my daily bullet journal, my yearly bullet journal, and my collection. So for daily, I have my months. So under months, each month I'll have like a habit, gratitude, next month, workout, a tally for fan fiction, line a day, writing tracker, to-dos, and monthly reflections. So for weekly, I'll have a weekly overview, a weekly to-do, and some kind of like day-to-day stuff. And then other things I want in it is like reflection questions, goals, reference, year-to-glance, flip out, future log, and cleaning tracker. For my yearly, I'm going to do like a full reset and reflection section, all of my goals, a budgeting section, pet tracker and self-care stuff, current, start and end of the year, my reading tracker, so my TBR and stuff like that, maybe a hygiene tracker, I don't know yet, 25 and 25 in entertainment. And finally, for collections, I want to do, again, I have school, cleaning, tax, finance page, content, and gaming info. So for my collections, I'm going to have like reference pages for a lot of this stuff. So I want to like fully write out all the stuff I need for school, like including like the school, like map for my next 3 years, cleaning tasks and what they fully entail. So where I might want like a 6-month cleaning tracker and a yearly cleaning information in my yearly. For collections, it's what I need to clean when and what tasks. Finances, more of my financial goals, because the idea behind it is that the collections page is something I can refer back to. And then maybe I put game info, like I play Harvest Moon, so maybe put down one of my Harvest Moon games and then peep the gifts for those characters that I want to reference. Just kind of like use the collections as like a reference book and stuff like that. And then I have the idea of maybe adding a Notion for yearly or collection stuff as well. So yeah. So overall, this is the stuff that I really liked in my bullet journals. And then this is kind of like my idea of planning. So I already have the bullet journal I'm going to use for the next 6 months in 2025. But for my yearly and for the collections, I ordered a book that's not going to come for another 3 to 4 weeks. So I'll kind of shelf that and come back to it. But yeah, this is kind of like part 1 of planning my 2025 bullet journals, planning system. So yeah. This is a bookmark from Planner Shit. I used to do PR for her back in the day. Yeah. So that is just quickly writing down some plans in my bullet journal. For my bullet journal, that is kind of how you do it. Sometimes you're not sitting down doing a bullet journal, you're sitting down figuring it out. This is stuff that I'm already currently like thinking of, I'd flip through and do. I just sat down and wrote it down this time, and yeah. Hey. Hi, this is the second part. I'm probably gonna put it in with the first part and do some editing magic. But this is the second part of my prepping for my planners in 2024. So this is mainly bullet journal planning, but I got my MakseLife order, and as I mentioned before, I wanted to include goals in my some goals in my planner. So I got some of the stuff with my bullet journal in mind. I got these because I know that they'll fit. This is the MakseLife weekly overview. Back when I tried the daily for MakseLife, this is just a sticky pad, but this is how it would look, and then it would show the dailies. So I want to do a week, and then I want to do dailies in 2025. And I saw this notepad, and I thought it would be useful. So I got it. And then my companion notebook is important. This is kind of for prepping my 2025. Like I said, it is prepping my MakseLife. And I'm going to be putting my goals in my bullet journal. So that's how that's relevant. Sorry, I kept these in my bedroom away from the other stuff because I really like these. They are the Friction Ball Clicker 07. There. So this came for free with the MakseLife order after a certain thing. and it is the 2024 reflections. So it is a reflection on 2024. So I have my 2024 annual goals out, and I set this in like December 2023, and it gave me an idea of where I was starting and what I was doing. But if you look through it, my goals changed. If you don't follow my MakseLife thing or my bullet journaling, most of this stuff stayed the same. But for example, work and learning completely changed because I switched careers in February of 2024. So that was a thing. So I have my water, I have my Timmies, and I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna figure this out. So I started off with a compass assessment, and that took me a while because I needed to find my previous compass assessment. In the physical companion books, it breaks down the actual one, which is the questions, and then you give yourself, there's 8 statements or whatever that you have to rank from on a scale of 1 to 10. And I explain it here, but then again, fast forward. And essentially what you do is you go through and you add those all together, divide it by 8, and then you figure out what you are. So at the start of 2024, my personal was 8, my fun and recreation was 9, my work and learning was 8, my family and relationships was 9, my health and wellness was 6, my spirituality and personal growth was 8, my finances were 4, and my physical environment was 10. So I had a total of 62. And then currently, as I did this, my personal was 8, my fun and recreation was 8, my work and learning was 8, my family and relationships was 8, my health and wellness was 6, my spirituality and personal growth was 7.8, and I put that down to 7 just so I didn't have another 8. My finances was 4, and my physical environment was 9, so that's a total of 58. My overall score decreased. Areas of my life that increased the most, I put none of them, but personal, work and learning, health, wellness, as well as finances stayed the same. Areas that increased the least, that decreased the most, I kind of put personal because it kind of changed and moved and flowed. And then the rest of this book is kind of just like, again, like it's a reflection book. So I picked words that I thought described 2024 and how I felt in 2024 and how I want to feel in 2025 and what I'm most excited for, what areas of work I want to work on, what I'm going to say no to, what I'm going to say yes to, things I'm going to prioritize and values I'm going to prioritize. And then what I did for the next like open sections, I don't know if it's there yet in the video, is for every question I had, I broke it down in each category. So each of the categories is color coded, as you can see. And I have the mild liners colors for like the official MakseLife mild liners colors for all of it. And then I also have the dot markers for all of it. So what I did is I broke down the answer into every single category, because I find that I work best when I'm thinking of per category than overall. I don't know why, but that's worked best for me, so that's what I'm doing. So the questions are, what wins and accomplishments did I have in 2024? What were some of the highlights and memorable moments in 2024? What was the most significant challenges I faced and how did I overcome them? What did I learn about myself this year? How have I changed and grown over the last year? What am I most proud of in terms of growth? What am I most grateful for in 2024? What things have worked well in my life? What things are currently not working well? How do I want people to experience me in the upcoming year? In what ways do I want to create and impact the lives of my loved ones or the world at large? What adjustments do I want to make in my life in 2025? And if you notice, as you're going through, maybe not every single one has a category, but if it's for a specific category, I color coded it. And then there's a letter to me. And then that was it. I have a couple extra spaces for a brain dump that I don't use. But that was this. I didn't do the 2023 version of this book. It's come as like the freebie and the last couple MakseLife launches, and I haven't been using it, so I've just been chucking it. But this time around I used it, and I'm really glad I did. So yeah, I love the MakseLife system. I've been using it since its first or second year, back before they would ship to Canada and I had to have a US forwarding address, which I don't have anymore. But yeah, I love the MakseLife system. Is not in this video, in a different video. What I'm gonna do is, I also brought these because this is like MakseLife stuff. It's actually like this. So I have little stickies for each of the categories, checklists, stuff like that. Yeah, I really like this. I'm gonna take it. So this is the companion notebook that I got. These actually, I believe this colorway came out in 2024, but I already had bought the companion notebooks for that before. It's the same one, it's just these ones have a little ribbon with them. So the MakseLife system is broken up into quarters, so these aren't dated, but I'll just show it. It says January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So it's broken up into quarters. For some reason I didn't end the video, so I was going to let you know that I'm going to be setting up my MakseLife goals in its own video. So if you like this video, please get a like, share, thumbs up, all that have a blue, and I will see you later. Bye!